Yeah, we stay lit. We stay pretty darn lit if we're going to a game 3, in which we are. Invictus Gaming played Invictus Gaming in game 2. BLG, essentially I'd say got smashed here and there. But man, to see IG like that, you're going, well, welcome back.
What a performance.
Preacher, Hysterics, TheShy MVP with 51k damage on Lucian top in a 40-minute game. 45% of Invictus Gaming's damage.
Very little questions. He had a lot of focus from his team, but it was very well placed. It's a good counter pick of the Lucian into the gangplank. Didn't get any barrels down, got shot in the face as well.
Shot in the face is a good way to explain it, Preacher. And 7,000 gold over ADD. That's fair, as it did not stop from minute 3.
I mean, you saw it start right here when Ning paid attention to top lane. That was actually a solo kill because there was no response. But look at this bait. TheShy actually moving downwards to pull Meteor towards Ning. Just manages to get himself even further ahead in this lane. And once again, just like game number 1, we're rolling out the red carpet for TheShy.
Yeah, it doesn't stop. I mean, game number 1 was like Meteor highlight reel. This one, you're right, is TheShy highlight reel with a bit of rookie thrown in.
Yeah, as if this guy needed any more of a highlight reel. Of course, we're doing him a little bit of a favor, but he did himself the favor. This is the solo kill that we're looking for. Look, even shoots the barrel as well, and the second shot goes on to ADD, and you're just like, well,
look at him. Where does he run? He's
there
like,
is
I'm gonna run up.
no way to outplay that.
And then it happens with Meteor, and he's like, get this Lucian off me. ADD comes in because I'm like, I'm helping. I'm a good top laner. Almost dies himself again. 0 and 4. Yep. And then TheShy is like, hey, you're 0 and 4. Let's add another one in. Good culling. TheShy, yeah, I'm out again. Thank you very much. And we got another one. Cool. 0 and 6 right now.
And this looks like a pretty desperate play. However, Rookie with the massive ulti to facilitate TheShy, just like in the very last team fight that we saw, actually, TheShy managed to cut it in pretty well.
Yeah, okay. He's 0 and 6. He ended like 0 and 8, by the way, I believe. So that was ADD. Game 2 on the gangplank, and I'm expecting something different here. I'm expecting a poppy top from ADD.
Is that what you're expecting right
I would
here?
love to see it.
I would love some safety.
Safety was not in the name of ADD in that game. I'm sure people were adding letters here and there, but truly, it was TheShy kicking butt.
It was. And he didn't even have to take any names because he was just killing them straight after as well. I mean, look, there's only limited things we can actually say about it. Of course, it's one of the hardest counters into the gangplank as well. However, if you don't pick the GP, you can't be that hard counted into, right?
No, that's true. All right, I get you. I like the fact that in that game, though, we explored TheShy going in an AD carry top. We explored a game 2 where IG changed up completely. More lane dominant in the solo lanes, and that's the IG we know and love.
And in all honesty, we had to actually take a look at the second play in the highlight reel, and it was Ning waiting in that brush. The one thing that the audience didn't see just from that highlight was the fact that he was waiting there for more than a minute.
Yeah, that's a really good point. That was a great game.
He didn't actually put any resources anywhere other than waiting in there, and in the end, it was a wraparound for Meteor, and then TheShy baited him into that brush in order to allow Ning in. It was a Ning game.
A sign in French. I'm assuming the fans expecting IG to be in Paris this year, Preacher. But, I mean, that relies on a series like this, right? On how far IG can actually make it to playoffs. Because at the moment, they're not secure. They're sitting 7 and 4. BLG at the exact same score. And that's why this game 3, it now comes down to this single game. If BLG can create the upset, they're 8 and 4. They're closer to securing playoffs.
8 and 4 is a magic number for both of these two teams because they got a fairly easy run with the exception of RNG for both of them later on. So, of course, they need to be sitting on there. You mentioned it before. IG have about 9 out of their last 9 out of the 11 total series actually go towards 3 games.
This is series number 10 out of 12. That has gone to game 3.
And they have a high win rate as well.
They have a 7 out of 9 win rate. That means that, you know, if you look at it, the chances are in their favor. That's right. But don't trust this. IG are on red side once again. We go to a game 3 where BLG are looking to do what was seen as the impossible. They're going for the same draft
And
again.
let's be honest, it was the counter pick available because you were on red side. So we have to see where they want to prioritize it. Of course, Rookie is also great if you give him a counter pick.
Well, we've seen the priority on jungle. Remember that the Olaf was so big in game number 2 that it's just going to get locked in again. And TheShy, or maybe Rookie, again, wants to pick this up.
Normally with IG, we see a cannon in the first rotation if it's not banned away by them, but the fact that they actively go for the Nico means that they want to once again flex it between Rookie and TheShy, because they saw that Rookie could actually play it within that last game.
Remember that the times we've seen the cannon, though, for IG has been more towards the blue side, more towards the safe to draft, where you can see TheShy going on it because the comp stimulates it. At the moment, Nico, still that safe flex pick that we can look at to IG, and they're going into a Jarvan this time for Meteor, the Tahm Kench for XinMo.
I like it, and I like how ruthlessly aggressive that BLG have the early game, because with this matchup into the Olaf, you never actually want to face him in a 1v1. You always want to impact the lanes, and with Jarvan in specific, you don't even need any lane setup. That was the one downside of BLG, that had no lane setup in the early game, but now you don't even need it.
No, you don't. Rom going to be the final pickup here by IG. Bottom lane half secured as we go into the second phase, and the music is calling for it. The drums are rolling, and everyone's getting into the mix of Corki. Yep.
ADCs are in contention.
Now
BLG should be taking
here.
them off. Of course, the Kaiser still had an impact in the last game, dashing forward to buy some space for TheShy. But if you want to take that off, it's just one less option, and also the Varus still stands out.
I like that we're not looking at Corki. Corki is boring as bat poo. So let's see where we go from here. Yep, Akali's taken away as well. This is an opportunity here for BLG to maybe get rid of another AD carry, another champion, if that's not going to be TheShy again on the Nico like
Look,
game one.
I know that you hate seeing the Corki in any composition this patch, Hysterics. However, the Azir is still available, so if you're taking off one and you don't take off the other, naturally you'd assume that Rookie wants his hand on it.
Yeah, Kuro has played it before. Remember that Kuro's also played the Kiana, which is available. Quick reminder, everyone, Talia, Jace, and Mordekaiser not available at the moment. So we won't see any of those, and we won't see the Lucian again coming from the top side.
Because, of course, JakeyLove is also a proficient Lucian, so a double ban in that sense. But this is actually really interesting, because I've always liked the Vayne matchup into an Ezreal, any lane else, and even into the Tahm Kench. Tahm Kench has very little mobility, and the fact that you can actually lock him up.
Wow.
They want the counter pick for the last rotation.
carry last pick here.
Yeah, that's bold.
For Invictus Gaming. It does mean they take the cannon most likely into the top side, and what do BLG choose? Because into the cannon, variety of options.
I'm just going to say that that is extremely bold, and that is a lot of engage that IG have, but one thing that they are lacking is consistent damage. Sure, Ning can provide it, but he needs to be a melee range, so of course we're looking to a very long-range ADC and protect comp, especially from Brawl.
It's going to come down to this. What gets picked up towards the top side into it? The Gnar has been an option in the past. ADD doesn't play much of it.
Oh,
that's a shy pick, actually, or Duke if he's coming into the roster. So a surprise as IG, they left this last.
They wanted to see if they could actually get a nice comp for it altogether. Into a Gnar, it's very difficult because your auto attack range is within the range for his ultimate to smack you into a wall. So of course you need to be very careful with that one, but they want the extra protection from Baolan to give it to JakeyLove.
I mean, that's a safe Vayne in this composition. You're right, the engage there's, the team fights there. I see a lot of skirmishing in the future, but how do I look at these lanes, Breacher? What do I expect from IG?
All right, so talking about the laning phase alone, I love the Vayne into the Ezreal. You can dodge away his Qs, and you can actually go forward with that as well, which forces him to E backwards. Into the Tahm Kench as well, very immobile. You just pin cushion him with your Silver Bolt, so that's going to go in the way. However, Kuro is going to have a really nice time with Azir because of the range matchup into the Nico, so at least BLG have that for their side.
Also the potential to outplay there for Rookie too, so let's not forget that at the heart of it all in Game 2 was Ning on Olaf. Set up TheShy nice and early. He's got Olaf again. I mean, I'm surprised this wasn't banned away against IG's jungler, because this is just such a good pick in the LPL. Above 65% win rate with over 30 picks. Normally banned away for good reason, but this time around, they're happy to give it to him again.
We love it just because it can nullify so much CC. Jarvan is a traditional counter once you get to the level 6 and the team fights, because the Cataclysm you can't run through as Olaf. And also, more importantly, the Gnar with Cataclysm is a wombo to behold.
A peach TheShy. Well, that's cute. One of the most attractive top laners, I'll say, in the world. Not when he's coughing, but apart from that. That's a good-looking dude. after game 2, don't you guys think that he got more attractive as well?
He was an MVP in that game, and he's looking for it on his most comfortable champion, game number 3.
On Cannon. Rookie back into the Nico mid lane. I see a Nar on ADD though. I hope he has a better game because he got smashed in game number 2. But this is it, Preacher. We're finally to game 3. IG, BLG, both 7 and 4. After this game, no longer.
And for all of you tuning in just now, gotta ignore that call from now on. Yeah, for all of you tuning in right now wondering why the LPL has gone a little bit later than usual, it is of course because BLG, IG going to game number 3. This is so heavily defining how they go into playoffs because most likely one of them is going to come out ahead and one of them is going to be one place behind the others in terms of the next few games coming up. So whoever wins this is going to be on top. I mean,
it's not a most likely, right? Whoever wins this is on top. They're over the other team. They have the head-to-head matchup and the game advantage for now. 9 is the lucky number to get into playoffs, and whoever wins this series will be one step away with easy matchups on the horizon. But got to get through game 3 first. Let's take a look at what we've got on the board because it's an airy Nah. It's something that will poke out the cannon who's gone into Klepto.
They just want to get the range advantage. Still very good because TheShy has to move reasonably far forward in order to actually proc the Klepto. And still the response from ADD, very nice.
Very good trading from IG early on. XinMo going to take a bit of damage as press the attack Vayne, of course, here in this matchup.
Vayne doesn't have a lot of good lanes that she can go into. Sivir is one of them, and Ezreal, if she dodges out the Qs with her Q, also another one.
Well, the Jinjiao and XinMo already getting pushed up against the turret, of course. The Brom helps here too. Level 2 hit by the IG bottom lane, and the shove that comes through with Silver Bolts in tow. JakeyLove should be able to have a pretty good game of it. It's actually rare to see JakeyLove on the Vayne these days. We've gone to a passive IG bottom lane one like... maybe Varus is not the right word to put in for passive, but we've seen a lot more of the Varus, maybe Lucian here for IG's bottom lane. It's not like we get the Vayne or even the Draven out of JakeyLove.
It's much longer range, and it's also much safer that JakeyLove has been looking like in the past while. However, now that he goes back to a very risky pick, it's not the crowd favorite of the Draven, but it's just a good one, like Vayne.
As we look at the top side, more trading up there as well. The cannon winning out. Klepto in this matchup feeling pretty safe as Jinjiao takes the trade once again. Small lane windows is what I'm going to put this game to. It seems we're built with a lot of matchups that could go either way.
The proficiency is always going to be with the TheShy in the top lane because this is his most played champion. And more importantly, he knows Na's cooldown, but in bottom lane.
Winter's Bite's going to land. The door goes up once again. Silver Bolt's going to hit in 3. As half health once again. Great windows utilized by JakeyLove and Baolam.
Yeah, and I'm actually looking forward to when JakeyLove hits level 4 because there are 2 avenues that Vaynes can build. They can either go Q with AD heavy or they can go W with attack speed heavy.
Okay. Getting some early damage down. I get that Tumble has been the go-to in the past. Let's see if he does Silver Bolts. As Rookie will be the POV this game. So a game 3 that you want to look at the Nico over in Doju, you can check it out.
His Nico was really good at game number 2 as well. Of course, TheShy won MVP for that, but you got to keep reminding a lot of those fights, especially the very last one to finish out the game, was instigated by Rookie's 3-man ultimate.
Yeah, it really was. As we look at this game, it's going to be quiet for Rookie now because Ning hit level 4, goes to the bottom lane. Meteor is going to spot him out. As a chug one, says Ning.
And when you take a look at Ning on your screen, especially invading into the enemy jungle...
Hang on, Preacher. Hold that thought, because TheShy has very real kill threat here. He gets the stun down and ADD. Force him out. But what happened? JakeyLove's at like 1 HP.
What was that? We need to actually see how that trade happened. But what I was talking about when we were checking out Ning is that you always have to keep your eyes onto Ning. Because in the early game, when he is entering the enemy jungle, You have no idea how the game is going to pan out, but you know that it's going to happen very soon.
Tahm Kench must have gotten something. We'll have a look, because...
Goes forward.
Yeah, when the support was out of lane. Baolan wasn't in lane. So
and then Ezreal ease forward. So, of course, that is the trade potential.
When
there are no minions in between you.
That's a big mistake from JakeyLove. Baolan goes roaming, and he pushes up in the lane. BLG punish it. They burn the flash and teleport from the Vayne this early on.
It is a Vayne, though, so of course teleport was meant to be burned before level 6 either way. Just a little bit earlier than he would have liked, but immediately going towards a Vampiric Scepter means that he's going to have a much easier time into Ezreal poke.
We'll be able to get pushed in at this point, though, however, is... Wow. Well, JakeyLove is doing so well in lane, and suddenly we're left with this. That's why the camera's been panning down there majority of the game so far, because it is about the bottom lane, the jungle interactions within them. The Olaf was pathing down there, but now he's backed. He's gone back topside and might have to change avenues.
We've been watching bot, but we've also been watching top very heavily, Hysterics, because this is a matchup that we rarely get to see. The Na and also the Kennen in one lane. This is going to be really difficult. I mean, we thought that TheShy was going to beat it just because of his expertise. It is, of course, a skill matchup always intended, but ADD came out the better, especially with that last trade now up in CS.
Yep, teleport was burned there by the top laner too as well. So Klepto Kennen now hitting level 6. It's been a very quiet early game. One that IAG this time around, they've taken a bit of a back foot in. That game too, let's not deny, that was actually bonkers. There's a light way of putting it.
And also similar spiking for both of these two teams means that they're more than happy to handshake.
Wow, great Winter's bite.
Yeah.
Actually, Baolan may have set this one up, but JakeyLove doesn't want to go forward. XinMo returns with the tongue lash. That was too close, but Baolan played that well.
Trading is good enough for both of these two teams. I mean, they want to look towards the mid-game once they get their level 6s, once turrets are down and they can actually start grouping as 5-man units, but that definitely does favor IG, so BLG need to pull the trigger a little bit earlier.
I mean, they've got an objective in their side. It's wallop against the wall. The Na sends himself on top of TheShy. That's just to burn him down while BLG do a dragon to the bottom side.
And we see that all the time. As soon as you get to your level 6, you want to burn your ultimate off cooldown because it's very unlikely that you'll go there again. That one is very bold.
He wanted to clear the wave, but the thing is, Ning's here.
Yeah.
Ning is here, and TheShy doesn't have ult.
So this is going to be very difficult to die.
Well, maybe not. You get the stun. That's all that matters.
Doesn't even matter because TheShy never actually walks within turret range. It's
I'll
all
take it back. He didn't need the ult. He got the stun. Ning gets first blood.
Exactly. It's all a damage factor from there. The shield comes out because ADD specialized towards it. No magic damage from Ning.
You know what the ultimate debate is? When you use your ult on the minion wave and ADD feels safe.
Yeah.
He saw that ult and was like, ha. He's just going to push it out.
He's going to sit it, right?
And then he gets dove.
Yeah, I mean, Ning could have tanked 3 turret hits, didn't even have to burn his flash there, so there was no way ADD was going to get out. Smart of him to hold on to his flash, but this is a return visit.
Actually, the 200 IQ ult. Oh my god, yes. As ADD's pushing up in this wave again, TheShy ready to go again. Ning's going to come through, flashes in immediately, gets the stun, undertow is flashed away from, and ADD might survive.
Great hold of his flash means that he can use it in this, but as soon as he gets back into lane, he's immediately half HP. It's not where you want to be.
Oh, fake Ning. Here
Hey,
we go.
rookie.
Control ward in the try. Not going to find anything as ADD. Pop Blossom's going to come down. He knows now.
But the ulti.
He gets locked down. Wallop against the wall does nothing. Under turret, Cataclysm will though. And Ning the response. Kuro finds rookie mid flash. That was slick.
And unlike game number 2, Kuro is finally making his way around the map. Rotating with his opposing mid laner to top side, he actually evens the score.
My word, that was sick. Because now we're just to the bottom lane because JakeyLove getting aggressed on heal, burnt away. He's going to be sent backwards with a condemn, but True Shot Barrage almost tags him. Jinjiao and XinMo winning this lane out.
I like seeing it because last game we pretty much did not talk about Kuro at all. This game finally making an impact and I want to see him continue this trend.
Man, BLG, good start to the game, just all things considered. Meteor picks up 2 kills again in the early game. ADD dies here before going into Mega.
Yeah, still gets the ulti off, which is enough damage for Meteor to also go into the top side. Look at that. The longest Azir ultimate in history. Bob's rookie back from that wall all the way to that turret range. And then they just annihilate him.
Yeah, annihilate's a great word for a Preacher, considering that rookie coming through was just trying to make his escape by that point. And Kuro picking up the assist, getting the kill to the Jarvan. Meteor in a great position, but TheShy has ultimate once again, looking for ADD. The yordles continue.
Yeah, finally managed to push up, but the interesting thing about how BLG have got their kills on their team is it's very reminiscent of game number 1. Meteor has 2 kills, and the rest of his team need his assistance very desperately. He's on a playmaking jungle, and he can make it happen once again. In game number 1, it was the Gragas, and he was assassinating people. He could build that way on the Jarvan.
I mean, he can, but my eyes don't deceive me. It looks like a Cinderhulk there in the Jarvan. So,
yep.
Pretty standard path here from the Conqueror. Ning picking up Rift Herald on the top side now. Jarvan is nearby. And Rookie able to push up. Let's see if they contest or they just look for the play instead.
It's very early, and they don't actually know that it's happening just because there's no vision onto them. Rookie's actually waiting there just to bait it out, but it's a free Rift Herald just because it's pretty much on the 10-minute mark.
Yeah, feels like through real estate. There's the ultimate back though. TheShy going to be locked down, cornered into the middle of the lane.
Woo!
BLG just do it again. Ning too late though. Flash Cataclysm, but ADD's not nearby. I don't think you want this as the Olaf could take something, but
Damn.
That was too close. ADD just in the nick of time.
2 kills for none. Meteor immediately pulls the trigger on his ultimate onto Ning as well. And I am actually quite confused in this game, Mysterix, because Ning did very well for himself, and then he just got caught out by Meteor a couple of times. My question is this a Ning game or is it not? Because he did good work, but he's 1 for 2.
I don't know, Crucial. We'll have to find out. We're going to get a replay. PP comes to the top side, and execution here was very nice.
Yeah, especially with the W to follow up from the ultimate. There was no way that TheShy could have got out, but watch Meteor flash ultimate without a second's delay, and even though he would have lost a straight 1v1, ADD comes in, it's not a 1v1.
Good hyper from the Gnar as ADD actually going to be cornered once again, going into Mega shortly, so going to be walking away from this lane, but there's been a lot of action towards the top side, a lot of action that Meteor keeps benefiting from.
In all 3 games, mind you, they want to heavily prioritize around the top side, and both these 2 junglers are in fine form to do it.
It's funny, because coming into this, we're like, okay, Rookie Kuro is a great matchup as well. Looking at Meteor versus Ning. Meteor consistently throughout the series, I think, has been the better jungler. Last game being the exception, of course. But TheShy actually getting free push on this top lane turret. The Hextech Gunblade complete, so a lot of damage to be done. And IG with that claw back the goal.
Yeah, and while this is sort of post-rationalization, the one downside that Gnar does have in this matchup is the fact that his ultimate is conditional, whereas TheShy can use his whenever he feels like it off cooldown, so advantage.
Kuro actually walking into enemy jungle. Ning found out with Baolan as 4 members of BLG are making the approach. It's around Infernal Dragon, so BLG want a second.
Yeah, warding is so heavy, and Hysterics, once again,
Hello.
These are great dragons.
These are the times of our life. As JakeyLove walks into the brush, takes a big tongue lash alongside the Spell Thief Ezreal, walks forward, Baolan almost dies. Mystic shot almost connects, but flashed away from True Shot Barrage on point. Jinjiao not really missing much this game.
Baolan flashing back to make sure that Meteor cannot use his ultimate because the Braum ultimate slowed him.
But Ning might be caught out here. Ragnarok instead. Meteor going in for the engage. Pop Blossom comes down. Kuro joining the fight, but a little bit later XinMo eats out Meteor, and Rookie walking through into the choke. This could be his death as they target on him. They find him, and now they want JakeyLove. Mystic shot connects, and Jinjiao forces the heal. The flash.
Get him.
Again, Spell fluxes out. Jinjiao doesn't miss. Tongue lash there into the unbreakable. Golden. Jinjiao autos the death.
There it is. And you're right, he pretty much doesn't miss a single Q. Jinjiao going forward inside of this bottom lane. Always a highlight for BLG against IG's weak bottom side of the map, and it pays up so big. In the previous game, JakeyLove actually had a very decent game on the Kites, but now being put down in this matchup.
I mean, he's so far back. He's not far behind, but far back in that lane. Thinking to myself, where does this go? Because right now, ADD's getting zoned on again. Ning's going to make him relive game 2, but just simply to push him out of the top side as turret plating goes down.
Don't forget Rift Herald also on Ning because he took it super early in this game. So wherever he decides to influence is going to be so heavily influential.
Meteor's here again. A lot of influencing in that sentence, Rachel. I don't mind that.
Yeah.
3-0 2 Jarvan ready to jump on TheShy. He has Cataclysm available.
And
Ready TheShy. Oh, he's going to spot it out. Just lightning surges away.
Yep.
Doesn't want to follow up.
Yep, going to disengage. But this is really risky. Take a look at the timer for the Rift Herald because he took it so early. It's actually going to pretty much expire, and Ning didn't even use it in this game.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
There we go.
All right.
Use it mid.
Yeah.
So you get the purple flash at 10 seconds, as we all know.
Yep, timer. It's just a timer.
It's the ultimate timer to tell you you've done a bad job.
I mean, admittedly, he was looking towards the top side, couldn't quite execute it.
That's true.
Yeah. So still not 100% convinced onto whether this is a Ning game or not, because in all honesty, he's done some good work and he's been caught out. So he still needs to make a name to see if this is or not an IG victory.
He's been super consistent towards that top side further tier point. He's there now alongside the cannon of TheShy, who has been the focus of this game. So once again, we come back to a top versus bot. And Jinjiao unable to pick up turret plating, but he's pushing for this turret. JakeyLove Balan forfeiting it, moving towards mid.
Man, that does not feel great. Just because if you leave bot lane on an island, the BLG are going to take the entire damn turret. It is pretty much just their heavy focus, and even though Vayne has a good matchup, if you're not there constantly, eventually it's going to fall just because you keep on getting poked out.
IG was happy to trade it for first turret and top side though, so you can see the priority again on TheShy, who in that split pushing build is 1,700 gold ahead. Wow, bottom lane 1,700 behind. So again, I mean, just a great comparison here.
Dead even. Dead even all round. However, double Infernal does go over to BLG.
Oh, good calculation there from Jinjiao. Finds a poke on the rookie, and they're pushing for mid. This is fast. IG can't react. They're not here.
Man, the silent killer. He has not missed pretty much any of his shots. Always on point where he needs them to be. And Jinjiao, if BLG get heavy control over turrets and objectives, you need to give props to that guy.
Right now, BLG breaking down the mid lane turret means that there's only one outer left remaining. It means the map much more open and available. Cloud Dragon coming up in 2 minutes, but it's the third Infernal BLG wants. So expect them to look to get that Dragon down, get it down nice and early, put the timer back up, and hope for something better.
That's what they're looking towards. However, IG, their MO is just to group up and to use both the Cannon and the Nico ultimate. Very easy execution because even if you miss one, the other one is going to catch out remaining members. But it's all easier said than done because BLG should be expecting this. Kuro is one person who can get people out of position. ADD, if he has Mega Narc, can also disengage that as well. So both of those two are going to be a little bit harder than what IG initially thought of in draft phase.
It'll be important to look at lane assignments in a second, but for now, TheShy is waiting here. Gets spotted out, he pokes his head out, and it's going to be going back to the top lane where Kuro on Azir is actually going to be there as well. So with slot lanes around, and Rookie will be matching ADD by the looks of it.
So very standard, and yet again, our eyes just always turn towards objectives because even though there are so many kills inside of this game, it's much slower than the first 2 games, and it's primarily because BLG just want to fight IG around the top side. If Ning is there, they want to engage. If it's going to be a 2v2, they want to take that as well. Everywhere else, they're pretty much leaving to the wolves.
But Ning might actually be caught out here. Meteor not going to go for the full engage again. He's been very patient, I'll say, here on the Jarvan. Having such a big lead. Been going back to farming, not looking for the forced engage. Sun turret, do not be dismayed. Baron coming up in 2 minutes. And control here for BLG around mid and top.
And you have to say that until people get collapsed upon, the better split pushing is always going to go to Kuro just because of his extra long range and just because, especially into TheShy we just saw, TheShy has no way to actually respond into a straight 1v1 unless he wants to engage with the ulti.
That's the flash though, so always keep that in the back of your mind. Going for Morellonomicon second, of course. The AP build, we've been seeing a lot more here. Waiting to see what Nah goes second. There's Nah's second build. Oh, hang on, never mind that. Teleport is coming in. It's TheShy, and Mega Knight is about to expire. I mean, top's going to be available to... No, ulti misses. The flash from ADD, but TheShy looking for the stun. The flash from Rookie. Messy as the Cataclysm's there. Glacial Fissure as well. The main origin of the fight is Kuro sends himself on the backside, looking for Rookie. Only one more auto to find him, but BLG on all fronts are looking to take this one away.
The 1v1, the 4v4 works out, and now Kuro's looking for the last hit.
ADD is trying to go on to Mega again. TheShy comes in with the open. It's way too late. Tom Kench on the backside as IG are running for the hills.
That's what you hate to see, and they're not letting up his Derek. BLG's continuing to go forward.
Meteor flag and drag Jinjiao, the one who Arcane shifts forward. Onto Ning, looking for the true shot barrage. Mega Knight is there. And of course the ulti not available for a while. BLG just took that fight handily, even though it was only one.
And Rookie wanted to be with the main squad. He didn't want to be off on the side 1v1 in Kuro because it didn't work out for him. He just got chunked down and he had to leave without even using his ultimate. IG losing out big time. TheShy even trying to pull it back, couldn't pull it back, losing his life.
This BLG in full form, 3K gold lead. And a very handed game. I mean, double Infernal. Third one's not going to be there, but they've got everything under their wing, and they've got the comp that plays well with the Azir, the Gnar. And IG were just looking for so much here.
Yeah, BLG have a good tendency to the late game. Watch for ADD getting caught out, or so he thinks. However, Rookie and TheShy are the two key engagers. TheShy knows this, and he wants to rotate up to look for a good ultimate. Rookie, on the other hand, getting chunked down. Watching the main 4v4 that is happening right now, because Bolan is so low, they have to get themselves out of there, and TheShy is making one last miracle play. But
it was indecisive,
yeah.
Right? Very indecisive, and BLG, an indecisive fight, you know they're how going to play it out.
Well, they knew exactly what they wanted, but they could never engage. They would just say, okay, TheShy is going to ult, and the Rookie's going to ult on top of that. Could they ever do it? No, because Rookie was not actually going forward in that instance. So both of them being caught out at two different times, and neither of them getting a key crucial ultimate for the engage.
Losing that fight 20 minutes in, there's a lot to pay for it. IG back to their solo lanes, but it's not the same as before. Kuro has the shove in top side. There's pressure there now with Baron up and available, meaning either the turret, vision, whatever's controlled here, seems to be in.
So once again, because Kuro is on the top side, he'll always be able to push this one forward.
Yep.
There is honestly no great lane that you should put if you're the side of IG. You should rather just look for the straight team fight, so move your attention away.
Curious how this goes from here, Breacher. It feels like it's a game set up for JakeyLove on Vayne, where the Vayne finds access through the rest of Invictus gaming strong with the lockdown from Nico and Kennen, who, let's be honest, are a very similar champion in regards to what they do. And then JakeyLove cleans up the rest.
Look, it's all onto Rookie this time. Don't be split from the rest of this team. Actually be a part of the main 5-man unit as opposed to 1-4. And just go straight for the engages every single time.
That's fair. I think it is on the engage here. So you're right in that aspect. And then the cleanup, as I mentioned, from JakeyLove seems realistic. Almost towards his second item here.
Because when you focus on TheShy and also Rookie in your front lines, you don't notice the Vayne that's just pin cushioning all of your teammates.
3 items for the Ezreal here as well. Blade of the Ruin King third for Jinjiao this game. But he's so accelerated. 236 CS in 22 minutes. 3 kills. He can do no wrong. This game is controlled by BLG. It's slow, it's progressive, it's a Baron sitting there waiting. Or we just go to the next dragon, which you know BLG will probably get.
Does look like a very good Elder Drake game for BLG. Got control over the first 3. The next one is well within their grasp. Take a look at the bottom side vision. BLG controlled very heavily as well. So if they want to, they could definitely stall it out until 35 minutes. And honestly, their composition is very good for it as well. Meteor, ADD, nice double engage combination, even well into the late game. And Kuro is happier the longer the game goes.
Yeah, I mean, the Azir with 2 items, you're right. The Nash's 2, it's an electrocuted Azir, but 2 items all the same. Azir is Azir. As IG approaching towards this Baron. They've lost a lot of vision near the pit. They've got that one ward, but a control ward sections them off, and that means IG have to be careful. Also, they need to get near the Baron and get some vision out.
Yeah, it's interesting. I actually think that BLG are just going to wait this time around and actually move towards Drake, all things considered. The 1 minute 30 would just be posturing. Meteor's going to be standing here to make sure that IG actually...
You said waiting. No, Meteor has found Balan. Stand behind Meteor from Kuro. Balan gets sent wayward. And this is BLG's true form. 2 kills over. True shot barrage. Rookie's clone almost joins the club.
And they completely exploit the fact that nobody wants to lane against Kuro. Now he gets to move down from the top lane, and his ultimate just divided away Baola.
So clean with teleport coming to the middle. Look how low fake Ning is. And that's what he's going to play with. He TP's in, but he's dead all the same if he goes into the fight. Baron taken, and BLG looking right down mid.
BLG also with barely any HP taken away from the Baron, so now they're not even going to go back. Push forward with the Baron buff. ADD's got the ultimate. It's going to elapse soon, but he should be getting Mega Knight very soon even after this.
And walks to the mid. They can't find the inner turret. BLG is sectioned off, but look at Jinjiao. Hits a couple of Qs, and that's all she wrote. Balan with the Zora. Meteor with a pick off. TheShy comes in with a big engage, but only finds 2. Pop lots in there as well. That's 3! That's what you were waiting for, and now JakeyLove treads his way through the fight. ADD's running for his life, and Meteor is almost dead. The Gnar getting chased down. The Ghost will find him. 1, 2, and 3. trying to hop his way out, but the fight's already done, and BLG are routed.
The miraculous wombo combo. We were waiting so long to see it happen. TheShy starting it off. Rookie following it after. Such a beautiful re-engage coming out from IG. And they give up so much of the early game. They even gave up that Baron, but they pick up these kills.
Yeah, now IG can take some faith knowing that that's how the fight can be played out. The conditions set up and
this is Meteor setting it. Yeah, this is Meteor setting up against the IG pick. They go forward, the slam down, and the Azir ultimate, because there was an Olaf ulti, didn't get bombed back, but Baolan pick, and then in the end, the poke down coming down onto the Olaf meant that they could just go for the Baron.
And then we go second fight around where it's like, okay, BLG is split.
Flash, ulti, TheShy, locking down key members. ADD doesn't get hit up, but guess what? Rookie's flash as well. Oh, now he finally gets out of the team fight, and without a Gnar in there, and with Meteor looking to run away as well, yeah, that was just a broken BLG on the backside.
I mean, Kuro wasn't there, right?
Yep.
Kuro wasn't there, didn't have the ultimate available, so IG picked their window nicely and played it out. JakeyLove also 2 kills now.
And it was just so good of Kuro to actually be split pushing the whole while. That was their success for the longest time at the mid game. However, now comes the time to group up.
He's still got the Baron buff though. He stayed alive, which is good news here. Kuro not going to get picked out, but Meteor chunked out a little bit here by JakeyLove, who again has really hit that spike. Current not going to drop down. On the other side of the map, Jinjiao does find it. Meteor might be caught out, but Baolan can't lock him down. But Jinjiao is just hitting this turret. This Ezreal is huge.
All the same, and now JakeyLove has to respond. This is not the person you want in a straight 1v1.
And it's hard to pick him off as well as TheShy gets hit hard by Kuro. They get the turret of BLG in this 1-3-1 are unstoppable.
The pokes and the sieges are too strong coming out from BLG. They've got the long range with the Ezreal and with the Azir.
Oh my
IG,
God.
if they're not engaging, they have no response.
They want something. Here comes the TP. They're looking for Kuro. At least one thing. Empress Divide doesn't connect us. The slicing Maelstrom, he turns. Kuro dodges away. Looking for Rookie. Does he find him? Pop Blossom will get him. But he trades while going golden. BLG have done enough. The solo laner comes through. And a 1-for-1 means they keep pushing.
More importantly, BLG's on the inhibitor.
Glacial Fisher, Baolan at half health. The Baron minions are doing work. The inhibitor's going to drop here. And Invictus Gaming are getting outclassed.
This is ridiculous. A straight 4v4 as well. BLG, they are looking to end it straight from here. 27 minutes in.
Get rid of the L, put an eye there. BLG looking massive. Invictus Gaming charged up. Double inhibitor goes down, and their health bars are low. They could look to end the game.
Unbelievable. BLG are unscathed, barely any HP. Kuro is still dead, though, so they do decide to hold their patience.
No Mega Gnar as well. Flash available for ADD, but this is the game again. Set up like game 1. Invictus Gaming needs something tremendous. Otherwise, BLG create the upset, get the win over IG.
Yeah, and BLG, they're a very methodical team, so of course they just want to get all of the objectives down. 2 inhibs on top and mid means that they just want to barrel down bot. Not a lot of split pushing that Kuro could do at this current moment, so obviously he just wants to join everybody else, but man, he's just picking up resources. Take a look at how big Kuro is. I mean, he actually managed to 1v1 in that last 1v4 scenario and get a kill for himself.
Yeah,
great
like
player.
Rabadon's death cap almost picked up. It was that kill onto Rookie. That was just so great. Rookie, he put the bot blossom down. Kuro put him down first.
That's not what you want to be looking for if you're on the side of IG. You don't want to use TheShy's ultimate, Rookie's ultimate onto just one member. A pick is good, but those ultimates are crucial for team fights, and now they're going to miss out if they look towards that trend again.
All right, Invictus Gaming, what do you have in your hat? Because 3-item cannon, almost 3-item Nico. The Vayne has rapid fire cannon, so JakeyLove is quite large. But the problem is they don't get access in these fights. They're over before they've begun.
Yeah, the safety is finally there, but you know, you need some time in order to actually get the Silver Bolt stacked, and time is not something that IG has.
Especially not with double inhibitor down, with waves crashing in, with BLG looking for the last inhibitor turret. If IG lose all 3 inhibitors, this game, you're never coming back.
5-man here. Jinjiao's got the poke. Kuro's got the range as well. It looks difficult. IG have to call a 100-0 team fight.
And Baolan goes back to base. Goes back, re-emerges, ready to take this on as the wave crashes in. And Ning getting poked down, half health. Look at ADD. Mega Gnar, he's at the flank.
He's got it available. He's finally in the form. IG are backing off to hit that. It looks like they're just going to win.
They're going to go on hill. Rookie's at half, Ning's at half. This inhibitor turret's going to go down. What did I say? It's looking very unlikely. If this is going to drop, that IG will be able to recover.
Man, and IG cannot fight without it as well, unless they just want the straight fight. But even Rookie's being burned down.
Mega Gnar is not available. ADD's bar is back to 0. At least IG can breathe for a quick hot second.
But that is really all that they have, because as soon as ADD starts stacking up again, look at that.
Look at the poke. JakeyLove trying to find Meteor, but that's a bit of damage on the back end. Kuro and Jinjiao still stick around, poking down TheShy and Rookie.
Don't forget, JakeyLove still has some for outplay, but with 3 inhibitors down, it looks unlikely. I was going to say that JakeyLove can always condemn Meteor into his own wall, but man, that at this point, that's not going to help.
Fair, but like,
that's not going to help.
Can JakeyLove survive to even press E?
Looks very unlikely. I mean, even with the time port from TheShy and Rookie, they don't have enough damage.
You know what's even worse than 3 inhibitors? 3 inhibitors with Baron. As BLG are going to get this uncontested, IG are stuck in their base. One step away from defeating the 2018 World Champ.
It is all formalities at this point. We highlighted the fact that BLG, if they pick up a victory right now, they are in a long cruise to potentially get 10 points, maybe even 11 if they come up huge against RNG. So that is the important factor.
Because BLG like this, you're like, yep, playoff team, for sure.
I mean, they look
gaming. Questions, right?
They look great in this game just because they know where their focus is. Go towards the top side. Make sure that your bottom lane is self-sufficient. Even Kuro outplaying by himself, it's a team that you want in the playoffs.
All right, IG, I ask you again, what do you have in your basket? BLG has got 5 elementals and Baron. 3 inhibitors down. 1 will shortly be back up in the mid lane and then top side. But how do you temper that play? How do you temper the side lane split or even BLG charging through with the buff?
Man, Hysterics, the win condition for IG has not changed the entire game. Get that team fight sorted with TheShy and Rookie. If you don't, you're going to lose.
All right, JakeyLove getting chunked down, meaning that he's going to go back to base. That team fight, TheShy and Rookie. They got their summoners up. They got ults available too. It'll come down to this.
And this is the final push. BLG staring it down.
4 members in front of the turret. JakeyLove starts hitting away. ADD comes in with Mega, Gnar, and Flash, but he hasn't gone in as inhibitor in mid lane spawns, and suddenly he is gone.
The long wait ADD.
Wow, he flashes in, he looks for the ult, but it doesn't matter. He's got enough time that the turrets go down. Now Baron minions are just going to overtake the next.
TheShy
denies the fight. Kuro with a great ult, Rookie comes down, and maybe IG can find it. But Kuro on the backside, JakeyLove free hitting away. IG could have it, but it's over before it began. BLG outrun them, outmatched them, and upset a 2-1 victory.
So well coordinated. As soon as the game began, there was so much focus coming out from Meteor, and you saw it in his eyes. Make sure that Ning is behind. Make sure that top lane is behind. I have faith in my mid and bot lane to carry, and that they did. BLG definitely earned that victory.
So well earned, so well deserved. In a series that, to be honest, broke my voice in Game 2.
Yeah.
Recovered in Game 3, and recovered on the side of BLG.
And BLG, they came out huge. We asked every single time, is this going to be a Meteor game or is this going to be a Ning game? In the first game, it looked like it was Meteor. Ning finally pulled it back in the second. But the third game, Olaf could barely get off the ground. And even though he offered some damage in order to supplant the Veins as well, couldn't ultimately put anything down because the engage was never there. So questions for IG is, why are you not pulling the trigger? You've got the team fight, you've got the team composition to do so. That's your win condition. What's going wrong?
What is going wrong indeed? What is happening with IG? Like, Invictus Gaming now 7-5.
Yeah.
They have 3 series left remaining. And sure, they can reach 10. And sure, we're expecting them to get the playoffs. But if they can't perform against LGD, Rogue Warriors, there's a chance they don't make playoffs at all. Yeah. And at this point, they're definitely not making the same position they made in spring in second.
That definitely does feel bad for the team, but you have to say that it came off of their play alone. Inside of this game, we saw the errors that were rife within them. They didn't make the calls. They sort of got baited to pick the Nico again in the third game, which honestly didn't have the same effect that it did in game number 2. Rookie not having the stellar engages, stellar performances for his team that they needed, and also TheShy.
Okay.
I mean, his laning phase is great.
XinMo, get your stuff out. The cameraman's waiting for you, and you're taking so damn long. Look at this. How many cables do you have?
It was the tangle that
Mouse,
ultimately won them the
keyboard,
game.
And cameraman's given up. He's like, nah, you know what? I'm going to have to wait. Ref can't go home. But you know what? Winners deserve that.
Yeah.
And BLG deserved that win. As I'm waiting for the damage shards, because for one reason only. Where is he? Yeah, Jinjiao.
Yep.
Destroyed.
His poke was so strong in the bottom lane as well. Of course, JakeyLove, he had a good matchup, but no focus there. Ning never really paid any attention to the bottom side. Ultimately, Jinjiao managed to win out. You also have to pay attention to ADD. Actually did really well for himself up against TheShy. TheShy actually did more damage, but that Na front line was too much of a hole.
Oh man, like the Na ult wasn't even seen that game, right? Like we saw it in the 1v1.
It was all
very defensively.
The pressure and the possibility, the threat.
Because it was Kuro's ult that was sick. Kuro had a great Azir game, and Jinjiao did not miss. So props again to BLG through individual players. They played up and they shut down IG.
Yeah, and combined between, and when we looked at it from the draft phase, we said that was going to be an early Na and also Jarvan ultimate combo. It wasn't. It was actually the Azir Jarvan ultimate combo.
You see the Jarvan, you're like, yeah, Na can use the walls.
That's what it's going to be.
The Azir, you're right. The ult through the ult.
Yeah, it worked out. And even though you bopped them out of the Jarvan ult, the damage came through. Of course, Kuro was farming up a Storm. He was a silent killer in the side lanes and all. We barely checked in with him. But ultimately, the reality was nobody could actually match him in the side split push. He got turrets for free. He got so much objectives for himself as well, just for himself. And then he came up huge as an Azir who could actually 1v4.
Yeah, sit in the side lane where IG can't actually match that. You know, the Kennen couldn't match, the Nico couldn't match. JakeyLove was set up that game.
That's what you need to say, yeah.
But JakeyLove couldn't get in the position where he gets a full 5-on-5 fight where he gets untouched. He's running around the back line, destroying while the rest finally engage.
Yeah, you even saw that Ning was going to be one of the baits for the opposing team to hit while JakeyLove was free hitting onto their side, but just wasn't meant to be. They didn't pull the trigger, so yeah, I'm going to say the same thing that I just said. IG, there are questions over why they didn't pull the trigger, because they had the composition, why they didn't go for the team fights that were crucial for the victory.
I will say there's questions around Ning as an individual, around how IG go. I said before, talking towards playoffs, okay, I'm going to take it a step further, and I think a lot of people agree with me on this. I'm starting to disbelieve in if that's even the right context to use it, that IG will go to Worlds.
You lost faith.
Yes.
You lost faith into IG.
I'm losing faith that IG will be able to make it to Worlds.
Look, I feel your sentiment there, and the reason is because one of the biggest things for Worlds is actually consistency. We see the consistent teams be the winners, and yeah, look, if you... I said this at the start of the day. If you have to ask the question every single week, the answer is no. They're definitely not consistent.
Yes. What IG are we going to get? The same question asked every single series.
Yeah. And unfortunately, that worked against him inside of this series. BLG, they weren't really phased by the second game. You know, they just put it behind them and they said, third game, we're just going to dominate our lanes. Kuro's going to be a silent killer. All of the stars aligned. And look, you also have to say that Jinjiao and the Ezra, I like to see it.
Yeah, but now BLG, they're set up to actually go further. There is a big chance that BLG with their schedule can actually lock in something like 4th or 3rd, top 4 in the summer playoffs.
Yeah, let's take a look at it. Rogue Warriors and also LGD coming up. I'm going to say that that's going to be a fairly easy matchup for themselves, and to end the season, it is going to be RNG. Right? So that might be a little bit of a road bump for them.
Well, hang on, let's go. 8, they're on 8, 8-4 right now. 9-4 Rogue Warriors, you're assuming. LGD 10.
I'll give that to you.
And then if they beat RNG, 11-4.
Yeah.
11-4.
11-4, yeah.
Yep. So even if they don't beat RNG, 10-5 is a great finish.
Still very good.
That, you know, most likely you're going to hit 5th or 4th just off of that.
Yeah, and conversely on the other side, if you take a look at IG, we said at the start of the day, they are now 7-5 right now. Realistically, they're against RNG as well. Let's just count that as a loss, and that the best that they could do is 9 and
IG RNG is a matchup I get hyped for. Naturally, because of summer finals in 2018, how that was just one of the best finals I've ever seen in the LPL, right? Now, and also spring, IG RNG was fantastic. Now, going into that matchup next week, I'm like, well, it's died down a little bit for me because I think RNG are playing better. I think IG are vastly inconsistent and running into RNG. I know they can play up to that matchup, but will they?
Yeah, and by definition, I just have to ask, do you actually think that BLG and RNG is going to be a much better matchup than the IG one
Maybe it will be.
up?
That's a great question, because maybe it will be, especially if BLG keep playing as good as they have been, getting better and better. That's their last matchup in the split. That's a Week 11 match for BLG.
So, yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing that one. Questions still arise on IG, and at some point you stop asking the questions. You start saying maybe this is a team that, even though they can make playoffs, might not make the deep run in playoffs to actually get the points. Of course, came up very huge in the spring split, but those points can only add up to so much.
I love how you bring up championship points, because right now IG is sitting at the most in total at 90, if I'm correct. If they get a very low showing in playoffs, a team like FBX, JDG, we don't even know if it's going to make playoffs. They have the second highest. FBX is their top esports.
Yeah, I was talking to BP about it. He said mathematically it looks like top is going to have a very hard time actually make it to Worlds because of the playoff points. But the way the IG are playing...
Hey, if top get top 4 and then able to move into the finals, then that's a different question. For BLG, they didn't get in playoffs at all. So they need to make the dream run. They need to go into playoffs. They need to win it all or run the regional gauntlet. So either way at this point, IG, if they don't get top 4, then off points alone, they might have to run the gauntlet themselves.
Yeah, and that really feels bad for the team. We have to see if they can actually secure their place once again. It's not going to be rated very highly. And because they're most likely always going to be one pick behind BLG, it's a place that they've made off their own doing, especially in this game.
Yeah, I'm very curious as to how IG will ramp up towards playoffs, right? Because at the moment, the IG you guys see is an IG that you come out of game 2 and you're like, IG's back. You come out of game 3 and you're like, IG's back. Like, what's actually going on?
Yep.
So each week we'll continue to ask what's going on with IG until we get towards playoffs and say, okay, where do they sit and how are they going to play? Because if they play like the spring finals, then I go, yeah, IG send them towards Worlds.
Yeah, and it's just so variable just because when you take a look at other teams that are variable, like Suning and also LNG, for instance, you say, what do they look like on the day? If they look great on the day, generally they win the series 2-0, and it's very unlikely they actually go to 2-1. But when you take a look at IG, you say, what do they look like every single game? Because every single game, it looks like a different team. Obviously, you could predict the picks and bans, but you have no idea how they're going to execute. One game, they go absolutely ham with TheShy, and the other one, he barely engages at all.
I mean, one variable in this matchup, talking about BLG, was the fact that we've seen BLG in the past be, a little bit inconsistent, but they always bring in the same composition. They always bring in Kuro into the power, who I thought should have been one of the MVPs, Jinjiao the other. It was Meteor again. This time around, do I think? No, but chop! He got you.
He's got a scoreline that goes towards MVP, 5-0-7, and one of the reasons that he did so was because he kept down the members who absolutely needed it to be kept down. Ning was kept down. TheShy was kept down. And honestly, their confidence was kept down. This is one of the plays that really started it. Great dive, and also the great re-engage, from Meteor to actually stop it.
But that was sick from Kuro.
Yeah, Kuro finally coming up, and Kuro finally roaming with the rest of his team, unseen in the previous 2. However, this is a great game from Meteor, and he doesn't stop here. Spots out Ning, flash ultimate. Even though you have the Ragnarok, no way to get out. And it is these split-second plays that earned him this spot.
That's very true. I mean, Meteor just had a good series, let's be honest. The game 2, out of our minds. Game 1 was exceptional. Meteor had a gorgeous game 1, and I'm excited for this jungler. He's a rookie of 2019. That's why this is so well-deserved.
His Gragas look great, his Jarvan look great, and honestly, it just looks as if he knows the focus around where his team can play, and if he's not being outmatched and outpaced by the opposing jungler, then he can really carry them to any potential.
I mean, it was that ult from Kuro that honestly, it's a Kuro highlight reel, I feel, at this point.
115 doesn't do him justice. That Azir really just did a lot of damage, and once again, primarily came from the fact that nobody could actually match him on the side.
And Jinjiao was such a big damage threat, so the Ezreal was massive. And hard to give a lot of MVPs for that.
Yeah, so when you take a look at that, obviously we were always going to say JakeyLove and Baoland, the weak side of IG, and it sounds a bit rehearsed, but it really did look that way in the last game because that bot lane was left on an island, and what happened when we just let that brew? It came out ahead for Jinjiao.
Props to Jinjiao going up against JakeyLove. Props to BLG. 2-1 over Invictus Gaming is impressive. And now BLG, they rise in the standings. They rise up
to
4th. They're not locked in, but it looks like only a couple of steps away before they are.
And it looks so grim for them, but now, take a look at that. Finally contesting the next highest up is RNG as well. Check out the other part of what we saw today. Invictus Gaming now need to face off against Edward soon and BLG, who they just lost a game against. It's looking harder and harder.
Sad that LGD had their last stand. Of course, they can get up to 6, but I believe the game differential is too much. So LGD, goodbye for another split. It was nice knowing you. And now the journey gets closer and closer. BLG sitting at the top of those unsolidified for now. But I just love that this is a good recovery split for them. In spring, we were talking about how they were a playoff team. They didn't make the run, and now they're there as we take a look at what's going to happen tomorrow, Breacher.
Yeah, of course. LNG looking to fight their way back up against Victory 5, a team that they should be looking good against, however, did also defeat IG, and also Suning making up the climb as well. Yeah,
Suning against OMG, that should be a must-win as well to put them up towards the lucky number in 8-2.
Yeah.
LNG, questions about how they're going to perform, so against V5, another must-win. Yeah. We're getting to that point where everything's a must-win. We're going into week 10 tomorrow. We only got 2 weeks left of the LPL.
We are defining exactly what these teams are looking like going into the playoffs, and I just have to highlight the fact that Suning have barely played any games compared to any other team as well, so they've got a whole lot of potential
next
ahead
to
of
RNG. RNG's played absolutely none. 10 games in total.
Barely.
Really nothing on the board, but a good setup from BLG today, a setup for them to get in playoffs.
Yeah.
I love BLG and how they play.
It looks so
because
clean.
They're so exciting to watch. Big team fights. Hopefully we get to see more of them.
Yeah, and you also just saw how disciplined they were as well. The fact that they always pulled the trigger, they knew exactly where to go. Looked like it definitely was a very well-deserved MVP, double MVP from Meteor. But yeah, standout performances.
It was 2-1 victory over IG once again. A bit of an upset to finish off the night. However, that is it for us for week number 9. We'll see you tomorrow to start week 10 in our final couple of weeks of the LPL. Thank you to Preacher and our production team. It's bye for now, but not forever.